Hi, everybody. Welcome to Chat and Craft with Lorraine. I'm Lorraine Tierney. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Warner, New Hampshire, and I love to make cards, and I love to share cards, and I love to teach people how to make cards. So I'm here today to make a center step card with you using the Light and Airy um, products, not the stamp set, but the paper, the bling, and some linen thread. Today is Monday, March 11th, and this is actually a recording today because I'm at the Big East tournament in Connecticut watching UConn hopefully win. The game is starting right about the same time as this, so maybe you can hear me cheering in the background. So we're going to make this card together. We're going to cut the card base together, and don't worry about all the measurements because I have a blog post that has all the measurements written down for you, and I'll link that blog post in the description, and you can just get them all from that instead of having to write them all down. All right, so let's switch this camera over and let's get started. Let me just get that going. All right, so we're going to start with a piece of cardstock, and this cardstock is, I've lost my view now. Okay, just want to make sure I'm in the view. So this is a full-size piece of cardstock that is 8.5 by 11. 11 is the long side. We're going to trim a 1/2 inch off of this. And I'm just using the 1/2 inch that's on the right side of that channel, but you can put your paper in either way and just cut off a 1/2 inch strip. So now your paper is 8 by 11. Okay, and we're going to cut this at 5.5 inches. So now I have the long side across the top, the 11-inch side across the top. I'm going to cut it at 5.5 inches, and I'm going to cut it again at 3. I got to check my measurements right there, 3.5 inches. Okay. We won't use that little piece. So now I'm going to take the bigger piece and with the 5.5 inch across the top, or the 8-inch across the top, I'm going to start at, we're going to score it at 1.5. Get that right there. 1.5, 3. These are going to make the steps, and 5.5. Okay. And then this bigger piece, let's see, we are going to put the 8-inch side at the top, and we're going to score it at 4 inches. Just like to check my directions so I'm not giving you any of the wrong information. Okay, and that's all we need with our trimmer and our scorer. So I always, there's a bump on this side of the card, the underside, that stays in the middle. And we give that a good fold. And then we have 3 folds here, and I have the 2 smaller sections closer to me. This first one's going to be a mountain. We want it to poke up. And then the next one is going to fold down like a valley. We have a mountain and a valley. And then this one's just going to fold to the back, another mountain. And so that's part of our card base. And then this is the other part, and it's going to make a card like this. Okay, so now we just have some decorating to do. And like I said, I put all of these measurements in a blog post. It doesn't show this particular card, but it shows other examples of this card. So this is a mat, and it's just cut 1/8 of an inch smaller than this piece here. My card base is fresh freesia, and this blue is called Azure Afternoon. It's a really nice bright blue. I like it. So we're going to put a mat on each of these pieces. I'm not going to put a mat on this one because that's the back of the card, and I don't feel the need to decorate that. And then, like I said, I'm using the light and airy paper, I think it's called. I'll show it to you in a second. I like that striped piece. Let's see, what is it called? Lighter Than Air. It's from the Hot Air Balloon suite, and it has lots of nice pastel and some bright colors. I really like it. It's very springy. So this has the hot air balloons on one side, which I did fussy cut some of those to use, and these fun stripes on the other side. Okay, so that's good. And now we are going to put a mat on this. And I think I only cut one of these. My instructions might have said only cut one. I'm going to put a white on here in a minute, and we're going to decorate it. And we're going to put a white on the back for our message. So I think in my blog post, I did not mat the one in the back, and I think that will be okay. But you can always cut 2 of these if you want. All right, we're going to decorate this a little bit before we put it on our card. So I think I want these to go like this, like we have 4 hot air balloons, and I can't go up too much beyond the top of that white piece of paper because the card will be too big to fit in an envelope if I stick that up too much. So it can go onto the mat a little bit, but that's about it. And I'm just going to place these here for now. I want to stamp my sentiment first. And I'm going to use the Hope Your Day is a Happy One. And this is from the So Sincere stamp set. I love the sentiments that are on this one. Okay, hope your day is a happy one. We'll get that straight. And I'm going to use, if I can find my ink, the Azure Afternoon ink pad. A nice blue. Ooh, I got a lot of ink on the top of that, but that looks like it's okay. So I'm going to try to put this right up this way. Hope your day is a happy one. I'm a little light there on one part of it. I think I'll flip it over. And sometimes you have a little edge on your paper. I just run my bone folder over that to make that edge go away. Let me clean that halo off my stamp. Then I can be more confident in pressing it on there. I won't have to worry about that. Okay. There we go. That's better. Hope your day is a happy one. That's a nice birthday sentiment. So I'll glue that on. And then we'll put our balloons on. So I'm going to put this pair of balloons flat. And this balloon doesn't have a basket, so I'm going to line it up with the bottom of my paper and pretend that the basket is just out of sight. I'm going to grab some dimensionals, Whoops, and I grabbed some linen thread and put some dimensionals on the back of this pair of balloons so that they'll be popped up. Oh boy, I already have sticky fingers. And I'm going to close. Well, I'm going to use that again. I'll just move it over. So you can see this is a fun fold card that really wouldn't take you too long to make. Cutting the mats and the paper, probably the longest parts. So hope your day is a happy one. That's good. And then this will go on the back. And so I want to have a happy birthday on that. And I'm going to use Happiest of Birthdays from the Throughout the Year stamp set. This stamp set was in the fall mini catalog, the September to December one, but it carried over, and I think now you would find it in the online exclusives. Okay, so now Happiest of Birthdays. There you go. I like the combination of this azure afternoon with the fresh freesia. I think that's a pretty combination. Okay. All right, and now I'm going to fold this up. This is my base. Give it a couple of really good burnishes on those folds. And we're going to glue these on. And I'm checking how, yeah. So your card can be as much as 4 1/4 inches wide and 5 1/2 this way. So we're 5 1/2. So I don't have to put this all the way down to the end, but to stay within 4 1/4, I could have it up just a little bit, and I actually think that looks a little bit messier. So I'm going to 3 inches, let's see. I'm going to put it all the way down to the bottom, and I'm centering this on my grid paper. I have 2 3/4 inches on either side of this center line. My little banner is in the way, and I don't know how to move that. I can put it up here and have 2 3/4. Make sure that's where I'm lined up, 2 3/4 on either side of that line. And then I just put this right on and center that. So I'm going to put some glue on the bottom inch, maybe 1 1/4 of the front flap. I'm going to turn it over and get that centered. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. 7 little squares on either side. Okay, just checking that no glue has seeped out, and then I'm going to glue this part down. And I'm going to put the glue, I can see my edges here, so I know where to put the glue on this piece. And get a little closer there. And I'm going to fold that over and give that a chance to stick. So there is our card. It stands up very nicely like that. And I was thinking about putting a little ribbon around it. I'm not sure that I was thinking of putting the ribbon around here, but that's gonna cut my balloons right off. So maybe I will just tie a little bow and just put a little bow over there to have a little something. Let's see how big it comes out if I leave my bow maker like that. I don't want that tail quite so long. I'll have to tie this one. Usually I have my string on the other side, I think, but that's okay. There we go. And scissors. So we could put a little string, a little bow. Oh, let's get a glue dot and just go for it someplace. My finger is so sticky. I'm going to roll this glue dot to make it a little smaller. I just shot it someplace. A projectile. There we go. This one's on my thumb. So I'm going to put this, I'm going to hang it right off of that balloon. My little bow. Hope your day is a happy one. And then I love these rainbow adhesive backed dots. I wrote down the colors that they come in. There's Azure Afternoon, Balmy Blue, Bubbleback, Flirty Flamingo, Fresh Freesia, Lemon Lolly, Petal Pink, Pool Party. So many colors. There's not a lot of pool party dots out there these days. So just really nice to have this variety of colors. And I think I'll use a Fresh Freesia one over here. And this is probably the Azure Afternoon. I'll put one of those over here and a small Azure Afternoon down here. And there is our center step card with this fun, bright, happy paper. I hope you like this card and I hope you'll give it a try. There's my missing glue dot. As I said, I will put a link to the blog post that has all those measurements that you need and some more examples of a fun card. Thanks for watching. If you can let me know that you watched or where you're watching from, that's always fun for me to see. And let me know if you think you'll try this card. And hopefully I'm cheering on a winning Yukon team. Have a good night. Bye-bye.